Welcome back. Here's a craft project your kids can share with their friends or even give Dad for Father's Day. Jennifer Ackerman Haywood from the Grand Rapids Press and CraftSanity.com is here to show us how to make stuffed toys. Very cool idea. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, I started doing this with my daughter Abby when basically as soon as a little creature emerged in her drawings, I thought, wow, we have to do something with that. I started out embroidering her designs, and now I've started to make, we call them softies. And so we make these little creatures, and this is a drawing she made. And she said this little guy had a microphone in front of him. I thought, oh, he's balancing on one leg, but no. Nice. So what we did is we simplified it a little bit. We took out this microphone. We just went with the nose.
See that? Yes. Abby, did you dry this?
Yeah.
That's your photo? That looks beautiful.
And so what we did is we made this little stuffed creature. And what I recommend people do too is I use some of her old clothes. There are clothes, when she outgrows her clothes, if they're stained or ripped or torn, you can't give them to Goodwill or anybody else because no one wants ripped clothes. So I used a couple sleeves to make that. So we're going to show how to make the kid version of that. It's the same thing, same pattern, and same drawing, and it's out of felt.
I mean, this really looks like this, and I think this is such a great idea because kids are always coming home with photos that they've drawn. So I think it's very cool.
Well, the first thing I'm doing, you can use just a window in your house. You don't need, I have a light box here, but you don't need to do that. And so the first thing you do is just trace the design. And I simplified it, and like this, I have one example on the table here of one that's a bit complex. So sometimes kids do very elaborate drawings, and you can just simplify it. You get the outline of the shape. And then what I do is I move it over and trace the eyes.
So you put it next to the window so that the ink shines through.
Yeah, you just put it right up to the window so you can trace your design. And then I make, just by tracing each little piece of this, it's very simple. Just everything you want to recreate in fabric, you just trace.
Okay.
And then you end up with these little, like this is the nose. So I've just cut out a little piece, and then you cut it out of your felt. And then you just put it out, just lay it, you trace your shape. You want a back and a front, and then you just put your eyes on. And in this case, what I did here is I drew, you can make French knots for the eyes if you want. Here I just, used a marker. And then you just put this together here. And Abby's working on.
I was gonna say, she is a good little stitcher over here.
Yeah, and she's
going to town on that.
She's working, what kind of, you're doing a whip stitch, right, Abby?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's, so it's really, on this one, she glued the pieces down, and then I knew that if she was playing with it, the glue would not hold. So I just went around and stitched it on my machine after she went to bed to reinforce that a little bit. And then we're using just a piece of string for the arms. So, you can pretty much use anything. You can use pipe cleaner if you wanted. And then you stuff it. That's the last step. And I just use this just from the sewing store, just stuffing. And on the one, if you can hand me the one next to the tree.
This one?
Over there. Yep.
Yeah.
What you can also do, and this is fun, I had her write her name.
Oh, how
This
adorable.
one we gave her dad for I think this was a Father's Day gift or a birthday present. I've lost track. But I had her write her name, then I embroidered that. And then we just stuffed it. This was the pocket from the shirt.
Okay.
And we just stuffed that in there, and we actually used it to hang it up on the wall.
Very cute. Now, real quick, what is your column going to be on this Sunday?
My craft column is about the Fulton Street Artisans Market. That's actually going to be starting not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. And actually next week I'll be back with some examples from that. But I'm just kind of letting people know that if they want to get their feet wet as a crafty entrepreneur, it's a great place to start. And that's going to be coming up. And I'll have information in Sunday's Press and on my website about that.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for being here. And Abby, this is going to be great. I'm sure your dad is going to love that for Father's Day. Well, of course, you can find more information on our website at wzzm13.com. Just click on those Take 5 links. Now, we also have a great